Welcome back, VC. Mark here. I hope you enjoy this video of my record room. I made quite a few changes since I originally posted the video. I keep a lot of my records up in this room. This is kind of a listening room for me. I also keep a audiophile rack in my living room. If you watch my videos, you'll know that rack. The majority of my collection is housed in the basement, and I'm still working on that. That's a work in progress. I've been in my home for 5 years now, and I'm still sorting things out. Never enough time in the day. I have not been posting as many videos as I have in the past just because of the time of year and the work I do, but I hope to get back to maybe 2 a week fairly soon. Again, thanks as always for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. We'll start out with my vinyl tap clock. Excuse the glare. Go down to my boombox. I have had this radio since I was a teenager. It's amazing that it has followed me throughout my life. And then I have just one rack of CDs in the room here. And this is filled primarily with radio station promo CDs. I had the opportunity to buy approximately 400 or 500 of them a little while back. A lot of them have become quite desirable. The majority of them are 90s alternative bands, some classic rock, some R&B. I also have some audiophile CDs in the rack, so I may just pull some random ones. Let's see. This is MoFi, right? Orbison's Greatest Hits. Just a great greatest hits package. We have here Ellie Merchant, Tiger Lily. I have some really nice jazz titles. This is my man Art Blakey, the Jazz Messengers. Some classic Blue Note titles. I have some just CD singles. This is Pearl Jam. I have Motley Crue. A lot of these have unique artwork. They always have, obviously, the radio edit and then the album version. Lots of them will have a live cut as well. And many of them have a concert listing, a tour listing that corresponds with the album's release. In this instance, Megadeth and Anthrax were supporting the tour. So we'll go through a few of these. This is Paul McCartney, Freedom. David Bowie, Little Wonder. Maxwell, great R&B artist. He does a killer cover of this woman's work. Just gorgeous. Especially the MTV Unplugged version. It is just too much. Let's see, Mark Knopfler. This is really a desirable promo. This is Cake, The Distance. I'm a huge Cake fan. The group and the dessert. Let's do a few more here. U2, Beautiful Day. Fleetwood Mac. The Offspring. Ace of Base. And eventually I'll post a series of videos and go through these, some of my favorite ones. This is Marilyn Manson. This is Motley Crue, If I Die Tomorrow. This is the pop mix. All right, then I have my Pixies poster, and this was from the 2013 tour. This was put out by the Ames Brothers. They do great rock posters. This is a numbered edition. This is 29 of 65. And we'll go over this way. It's kind of my chair where I read, listen to a lot of records. This is a framed Chuck Berry album. It is autographed from 1966. And up here I have an autographed Stevie Ray Vaughan picture. Really nice. So in the closet I have a couple cubes with a lot of my box sets in them. And then I have my 7-inch singles displayed on top. Some of my favorite groups, artists, the Pumpkins, Rage, the Beasties, Nirvana, a couple 7-inch box sets, my Pearl Jam cassette, just some kind of miscellaneous items up top. And same thing on the other side. I have more box sets, a couple more picture sleeves. I have this classic display box, probably from the 50s. I have some random 7-inch singles stored in there. And then I have this Miles Davis 10-inch box set. His Prestige work, and then this incredible Al Green box, which I will go over in time. All 7-inch singles, every single that was released, cut from the analog tapes. They did a really excellent job. It has a beautiful booklet. And then I have some old store inserts that I will use in the basement eventually to categorize some records. Okay, so we'll go over to this wall. We'll start up top. I was in London and visited Abbey Road and purchased this artist rendition of the tape machine that was used to record many of the Beatles songs. And I have my group harmony singers. And this is an amazing CD box set that Atlantic put out. All of Ray Charles' recordings for the label are included. That's for another day. I have a couple Beatles thimbles. Paul and George. And then more of my 7-inch singles displayed. Morrissey, Radiohead, Elvis Costello, The White Stripes, Mr. Frog, Sex Pistols, Sevens box set. I'm a huge Mumford & Sons fan, and this is the singles collection. John and Yoko, and that's an original era Beatles pin. Then I have this great box of postcards depicting a bunch of alternative bands. I'll go through a couple of those for you. These are really fun. Let's see. This one is for Gang of Four. Each one is for a specific album. In this case, it's Entertainment. It has the running time, the release date, and then on the back, it just gives some information about the recording. Let's see, Television, Suicide, The Wedding Present, Minutemen, REM, one of my favorite bands, This is for Murmur and Whisker Du. And I actually have 5 racks of records in the room here. I have 2 of them filled with a lot of 90s and 2000 pressings and a lot of albums that I listen to on a regular basis. And then I have 3 racks filled with jazz. I'll pull a few titles as I go through the racks, give you an idea of what's in them. Eventually, I will start a series of what's in my collection and go through the titles. Let's see. I'm a huge Tori Amos fan, so I have a lot of Tori. This is an original pressing of Boys for Pele. The Avengers. AFI. December Underground. Original pressing, although I don't think it's been reissued. Lots of Ryan Adams. I'm a huge Ryan Adams fan. So many great albums. Damon Albarn from Blur. That's a great album. Everyday Robots. Jeff Buckley, huge fan of his. This is an amazing album. I'm a huge fan of Beck. Lots of his releases. Some great early 12-inch albums. Beach Boys. Let's see. Bunch of Blur albums. Again, I'm a big fan of theirs. David Bowie, one of my all-time favorites. The Clash, another one of my favorites. Ani DeFranco. Let's go down here, just grab a few more. Fleetwood Mac. Ben Folds, another artist I love. Foo Fighters. David Gray. Ben Harper, another artist I'm crazy about. Live from Mars. This is an amazing album. This was recorded right to analog tape, no overdubs. They recorded it in Paris, I think on a 16-track machine. Beautiful music, great sound. Lots of Zeppelin. Classic Records edition here. Jayhawks, another great band, great harmonies. Ray LaMontagne, love his music. These are my pumpkin boxes. The Airplane Flies High. I have the vinyl version, as well as 2 of the CD boxes, which make a nice display. We'll skip over this rack for now when we come back to the jazz. I do have my RCA dogs. I'd like to introduce you to Nipper. And then there's Chipper here. Calm down, buddy. It's a Pearl Jam poster for a concert I was actually at. There was a lottery through the fan club, and I was in the 3rd row. Band of Horses opened for them. Really great show. And I have a couple 7-inch singles framed. Some of my favorite female vocalists. Ella Fitzgerald. And of course, Aretha. I have this autographed Bo Diddley album, Another Dimension. And then I purchased this beautiful box from Acoustic Sounds. Beautiful Blue Note box. All these classic titles. Anything Acoustic Sounds produces is of the highest quality. The CDs are no exception to their vinyl pressings. They sound amazing. I'll just show you a couple of the CDs. Cliff Jordan. Stanley Turrentine. And one more. Fred Jackson. Again, really well done. Sound phenomenal. This is the other rack with newer titles in it. I also have my Pearl Jam pressings, along with all my Smashing Pumpkin records. Lots of Radiohead. Not going to go through too many of these. Some Prince. What do we got? It's a sealed copy of Parade with the Hype. I'm a huge 9 Inch Nails fan. Here's an original pressing of With Teeth. Let's see, Nirvana Unplugged. I have a few pulled out. I was playing the other day. It's a rare copy of U2 Songs of Innocence. This is the numbered edition. Record Store Day. And then I have Pinkerton and Breach by the Wallflowers. So I've changed my system a bit since the last tour. Let's start with the speakers. I'm now using KEF 303.3s. It's a great sounding speaker, great looking speaker. These were made in England in the 80s. I'm not sure what year specific. I changed out my Marantz for another Marantz. This is a 1030 model integrated amp. Amazing sounding amp. Not the most powerful, but the sound quality is just stunning. This is a great piece of equipment. And there's a theme running through all the components, kind of this simulated wood, which is kind of a classic sort of feel to the setup. I got rid of the CD player, it just didn't fit in. I have my classic Pioneer turntable. And then I have this Sanyo cassette deck. Again, I have a couple 45s framed. This is a David Bowie EP on Pi Records. And then I have this Plastic Ono band, Give Peace a Chance, Remember Love. Of course, this is on the Apple label. And again, so these racks here house my jazz recordings. This one there, this one, and this rack against the wall. So I'll maybe start with this rack, and again, just pull a few titles, give you an idea of what I have, what I like. Louis Armstrong, one of the greatest. Big fan of George Benson, especially his early 70s output. Dave Brubeck, love him. He released so many titles in his catalog. Of course, Art Blakey. Count Basie. Charlie Bird. Paul Chambers, John Coltrane. This is an original press. Chick Corea. Billy Cobham, great drummer. Sonny Chris. And lots of Miles. Modern Jazz Quartet. Pat Metheny. Herbie Mann. Horace Silver, who I absolutely love. Have loads of titles. Jimmy Rushing, All-Stars. Les McCann. Charles Mingus. Huge fan of his. James Moody. Sea Level. Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery. This is a great album cover. Of course, My Girl Nina. So brilliant. James Newton. Gary McFarland. More Wes Montgomery. Billy Taylor Trio. Sinatra and Basie. Max Roach, early Mercury recording. Oscar Peterson. Then I have this poster, this Ray Charles poster from back in the day, signed by the artist. Performance at the Auditorium Theater. Tickets were $4. A couple more 7-inch sleeves. James Brown, The Payback. And then Curtis Mayfield. I have these great Motown sets. And they come with a 7-inch single. And then the rest are CDs with this great book. Really well done. Russ from Mama's Records sent me a volume of these, and I'm so appreciative. Really generous of him. And these are more jazz albums. I don't think I'm going to take the time to go through them. Again, I will go through the records in my collection at one point and show off some of these titles. It's just beginning to take a little too long here. All right, I have this framed album, Ben and Ellen Harper, both signed. Some great harmonies on that album. And I have this autographed Carl Wilson. Probably not going to, maybe you can see the autograph. He signed it in pen. Not the smartest. This is my record cleaning machine. It's a project. Really love it. And then this is just a little rack that holds a lot of promo pieces, postcards, these little booklets that you receive with the Vinyl Me Please pressings. These are just little promo pieces. Tori Amos bookmark. Just some great fun items. These are some either agent or record label stills. Debbie Harry. Madonna. Ecstasy, Passion and Pain. So I have a bunch of these I need to sort out. Prince. Beatles comics. All right, this is my piano. And I have on top promo picture from Stop Making Sense that's signed by the band. I have more 7-inch singles displayed. The Smiths, Clash, one of my favorites, Patti Smith, the Beatles. This is a John Lee Hooker autograph. This is an agency picture. He was performing at the Auditorium Theater, and there was a kind of an after concert event. Again, a friend of mine is a retired music exec, and he had John sign this. He knew John throughout the years. John could not read or write well at all, so when he had to sign an autograph, he would look at the printed name and then try to copy it to the best of his ability. My friend asked him to sign in cursive. Thought that would be cool, so John said he would practice. When he saw him again, he did sign, which is kind of neat. He said John was just a warm man, just a really, really phenomenal person. He got to know him really intimately through the years. Great pioneer of the blues. What else can I say? And then I also have this autographed picture of Frank Zappa. I don't know, this glare is awful, I'm sorry. Let's see here. There we go, I think that's better. Frank is dressed so conservatively, which makes me laugh because he was so out there for so much of his career. The thing to remember most about Frank is that he was an extraordinary musician. He really challenged all of the members of his bands, and again, just a really unique talent. This is my Alice Coltrane framed album. It is not autographed. And then I just have this really cool box set. A couple more framed 45s. The Cure, Pearl Jam, Balmaria, which is Michael Mueller's band. He's from the Community. And that's it. So again, thanks so much for tuning in. I know the quality of my videos is not the greatest, but you get the idea.